everybody. The live streams are not only back, but on time. I'm so proud of myself. I'm sorry that last week was off, but I just had a lot of stuff going on personally, and so I took Monday and Wednesday off, and it kind of messed up the live streams, but the live streams will be back as usual starting this week. And then after Falcon and Winter Soldier ends, I missed all you guys too, TJ. When Falcon and Winter Soldier ends, it'll go back to 4 live streams a week because I won't be doing a Friday live stream either. And we'll also go back to watch-alongs, movie watch-alongs. The first one will be Mortal Kombat. I'm going to do it on the 23rd. What would you guys prefer? Would you prefer a watch-along for Mortal Kombat on the day that it comes out, April 23rd? Or would you prefer that Sunday? I think it should be the day that it comes out. Because I don't know if you're going to want to watch Mortal Kombat more than once. Maybe it'll be amazing. Let's see. So let me know what you guys think. Oh, I see a few Sunday votes. Sorry, Lisa. It looks like you might be outnumbered. Yeah, I'm feeling day of on this one. Matt's like, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Well, I know that some of you want Sunday, but I feel like for this movie, if it was Black Widow or Cruella, it would be on Sunday. Because I know you're going to want to watch that movie multiple times. But I feel like for Mortal Kombat, we should do it the day it comes out. So it'll be the day of, but it'll be Sundays for the other ones. I'll do watch-alongs, even though Loki will be airing at that time, although not with Cruella, but I'll still do it on Sundays. Sunday is the Oscars that weekend. You're right, Evan. Oh my goodness, I even wrote it down here. Because we're doing the Oscars for one of the stories today, but I totally didn't make the connection. Boy, the Oscars are right around the corner. That's crazy. All right, so welcome to some new members or people returning. Hey, Rui Duarte and Chris Christopher. I know Chris Christopher's been here before. Just a couple of things that are going on before we get started. Lots of trailers again this week. Woo, trailers, it's raining trailers. Tomorrow will be Army of the Dead. I'll break that one down. Also, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, the Ryan Reynolds movie. I will not break that one down, but I will react. And then on Wednesday, F9, which I will definitely react to and break down. I have some other things planned for this week. Still a little bit of a light week. I'm still getting back up and running to my full schedule. What else did I want to say? I see a lot of you theorizing that there will be major trailers in front of Mortal Kombat. I think there will be some. I saw some of you guess that Snake Eyes will debut a trailer in front of Mortal Kombat. I think that's a very good guess. But I think like the really big ones, like Venom 2. Hey, Matthew Cho. Venom 2 is actually kind of a good fit with Mortal Kombat as well. I think that hey, Scottish boy. I know you're back from before. I don't know if Shang-Chi would play in front of Mortal Kombat. I think for Shang-Chi to play in front of Mortal Kombat would be so aggressive. I don't really know if they will do that. I would be like, wow, that's mean. Like, here, you're going to watch this Warner Brothers version, but here's the Marvel one that's coming. I personally think that you won't see Shang-Chi until, I'd heard it was coming this month. But some people guessed, I still haven't heard when though, so I'll keep you updated on it. These things change too. Someone pointed out that next month is Asian Heritage Month, which seems like a very good month to debut that trailer. And also maybe, they'd want to have it in front of Black Widow. But if next month is Asian Heritage Month, I think they will wait to debut it until then. I mean, that just seems like perfect for debuting the Shang-Chi trailer. I don't like that costume that they have on the back of the toy box. I'm like, why would you put them in 3/4 length sleeves? It's a crazy choice, but I need to see it in action. All right, so speaking of Asian talent, maybe in front of Cruella, Josh loves movies. That's not a bad bet. Oh, I forgot to cue it up. Let me just bring it in right now. So speaking of Asian talent, I think that what's going on with some of the hate in the world right now is just appalling. I'm very upset about it. So I was so happy. Here he is, Bowen Yang. When I was doing the poster frame for today's episode, I was thrilled to see 2 Asian women spotlighted on the front of the poster frame with Lucy Liu and Chloe Zhao. I thought that was just wonderful. And then I wanted to bring up Bowen Yang, who trended not only on Twitter on Saturday night when he did this sketch, but it trended on YouTube all day on Sunday, as it deserved to, because this was just a phenomenal sketch. If you haven't seen this sketch, it's available on YouTube. Go to the SNL channel. Bowen Yang plays the iceberg from Titanic, and he just knocked it out of the park. He was just, I haven't seen anything that clever on Saturday Night Live in quite some time. This harkened back, in my opinion, back to the days of like Steve Martin and Bill Murray and Eddie Murphy, when it wasn't so celebrity and news-based, when they just had really funny stuff. And he is just so clever on this. It was basically like the iceberg feeling it shouldn't have to apologize for what happened with the Titanic. Hey, Mr. JoJo. And the jokes that were written were just so funny and so clever. He should get something off of this. That's how good it was. Many people were calling for him to be upgraded to a full-time cast member based on the strength of this sketch. And I would agree. It was that good. It was really, really that good. He's really, really good. I thought the whole episode, by the way, was pretty funny. I thought Kate McKinnon and Adie Bryant playing teenage boys was also really hilarious. They both looked great. And I thought that Carey Mulligan did a nice job in all of her sketches. I thought the opening was good. The last 2 episodes of Saturday Night Live have been pretty good, I thought. I thought they were not bad. Not bad. Oh, Mr. JoJo, thank you. I'm so glad you signed up just today. That's wonderful. All right, so let's get to today's stories. So yeah, SNL, I don't know when the next one's going to be on. They're taking a break again. But if you haven't seen last week's episode, Saturday's episode, it was great. So I'm very happy for Bowen Yang. And I'm really happy to see so much Asian talent excelling in Hollywood. There's been wonderful progress for black talent, which is phenomenal. But I've seen a lot of other groups say, well, what about the rest of us? So I'm so happy to see that is happening. I think we want to see everybody participating. I've long said that the people up on screen and making the movies should reflect those in the audience. And movie audiences have become incredibly diverse. And so that should be reflected in the content itself. All right, so let's get started. Hold on, let me get to the first thing. Boop. Oh, where'd it go? Boop. There we go. Oh no, I covered up Shazam's face. Let me take care of him there. Hey, buddy, sorry about that. There you go. Okay. Well, Snivy Link, we have some Latina talent right here. And of course, don't forget that they just cast the new Supergirl is going to be as a Latina actress. And I think that's wonderful because Andy Muschietti, who's making it, is from Argentina. So you're starting to see that take place as well. You have In the Heights. Anthony Ramos is going to be a new star of the Transformers movie. I mean, that's good stuff. So you're seeing a lot of representation across the board, which I think is really, really important. All right, so the first story of the day is that Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I told you it would be 3 sisters. I told you it would be 3 of them. So Shazam, Fury of the Gods, after casting Helen Mirren as Hespera, has now cast Lucy Liu as her sister, Calypso, with a K. Thank you very much. What is this, Mortal Kombat? Calypso, and there will be, Rachel Zegler has not been officially confirmed as the 3rd sister, but when they first reported Helen Mirren being cast, the word that was Rachel Zegler would be playing a sister as well. I think it would be weird not to go with 3 sisters. They could just go with 2, but, it's always 3. It's 3 in Macbeth. It's the 3 fates in Greek mythology. I think it would be weird if there were just 2 of them. The other thing is that when you have 3, when you have these 3 women, they're very well cast. You have not only 3 different age groups, but 3 different ethnicities. It's like the old thing when they used to have a blonde, a redhead, and a brunette, right? That's what diversity used to be. They're like, oh, well, we have 3 different hair colors. That's hilarious. But so this is the diversity today, as it should be. And so I think that's excellent, excellent casting. So Titan, these are the daughters of the Titan Atlas, the guy who carries the world on his shoulders. And he has actually had, Hespera was actually the Hesperides, which were 3 sisters. Yeah, that's right, 3 witches in Hocus Pocus. But the Hesperides were the 3 sisters, but they just shortened it to Hespera, is probably the lead one. Then Calypso from the Odyssey, who actually is also a daughter of the Titan Atlas. And then we'll see who Rachel Zegler is playing if she is indeed the third daughter. Now, this is great for Lucy Liu to get back into movies. Lucy Liu, of course, is famous from her early days in her career for Charlie's Angels and Kill Bill. She was on Ally McBeal, right? I think that was a big thing for her. I think that's actually, isn't that where she started on Ally McBeal? But then she went back to TV as the race-bended and gender-bended Watson. Hey, Just Josh, that's a great name. On Elementary. So she made some good money there. As Mika just pointed out, that's the other Mika, that's 7 seasons. 7 seasons. I mean, that's some sweet cash because it airs, this isn't Black Adam, by the way, you guys. This is Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Hey, Sacred Waves. That's a great name, too. Okay. And then some of you are saying Why Women Kill. Also, she's in that. I've never seen that. I've never even really heard of it. But that just goes to show you, good for Lucy Liu. Stu, Pew Pew, Pierce 007 is in Black Adam. These are different movies. They might eventually pair up because Dwayne Johnson, of course, produces both, and Black Adam is supposed to be Shazam's main villain. Although methinks Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam is looking to upgrade. I think he's like, I can have a better lead person that I fight than Shazam. I think that he's going to want to fight Henry Cavill's Superman, although I don't think Warner Brothers is going to let him anymore. I feel really bad what's happened with the Snyder Cut. I feel that Warner Brothers was like even divided within, and I think that the main executives just turned on a dime when it dropped, and they were like, never. And I think that everyone's like, it's unfortunate, but I don't think anyone inside Warner Brothers is going to fight the good fight for it. So it's just too bad. So I don't see Henry Cavill even coming back, quite frankly. But I think that was said that he might, and they put like the tease there. But I think that they just don't want to deal with this anymore. I did hear that some people were bullying Walter Hamada's family on social media, which is pretty horrific. So that gave me a better understanding of how Hamada might be feeling from his perspective. So I think this sounds great. I really liked the first Shazam. It didn't do very well at the box office, which was sad because it was so good. Shazam, the first Shazam, I mean, I'll never forget. I saw it actually at the press screening in Los Angeles at the ArcLight. And I was like, damn, this is a good movie. It was just the right amount of dark. I loved it. I thought it was just absolutely phenomenal. And so I wish it had done better. Perhaps it was a little bit too dark. Also, it was a Christmas movie that came out in the spring. It was weird. Also, it had a really bad date, right? Wasn't it between like Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame? And you're like, why would you release this here? So I really liked it. I hope that it does really well for the next one. I do worry that they might be, it might be a little bit too much like Percy Jackson, but Warner Brothers doesn't care because Percy Jackson is a Disney property. They're like, that's right, we will suck Greek mythology dry in your face. All right, so that's the first story of the day. I'm very happy for Lucy Liu. Look at her hair in that picture. Her hair looks so amazing. I can't believe how good it looks there. So I think it's going to be really fun. And I'm excited. I'm very excited to see what their costumes are. Do they have powers? Will they be like maybe the elements or something? Because, Calypso is a nymph, a sea nymph kind of a thing. I don't think nymphs are always sea nymphs, but, she's described as a nymph. She has a backstory with Odysseus, so we'll see if someone brings that up. All right, so that's the first story of the day. That was a premature boop, Dax, but here we go. Get ready. Boop. Second story of the day. The BAFTAs were last night, as were the DGAs, and Chloe Zhao won both of them. She won both. She's locked for the Oscar. She is, I like how great she looks there. She looks wonderful. I'm very happy for her. I didn't even love her movie, but I'm happy for her personally. I think she seems like a really nice person, and I would really like to see a woman succeed and in a large scale and like stick around. Like Catherine Bigelow. Remember Catherine Bigelow won the Oscar? It was such a big deal for Best Director. And then she made Jessica Chastain frickin' jinxed her. And she made that Zero Dark 30 movie, and then she just disappeared. And you're like, where the hell are you? It's very frustrating. When you win an Oscar, you should be able to work forever. So I'm frustrated about it. And I'm frustrated a lot of women producers are messing up, and I'm upset what happened with Patty Jenkins. So far, Amy Pascal's the only one keeping it real. Good for her. And also, where's Greta Gerwig? Where the heck is Greta Gerwig? I guess she's supposed to make this Barbie movie, but where is the Barbie movie? these women have to be consistent. Their male counterparts. Oh, Emerald Fennell, she at least got the Emerald Fennell. She's pretty aggressive. I bet she'll do it. Emerald Fennell, of course, got the Zatanna gig. So I'm glad. I hope she sticks around. But Chloe Zhao comes actually from a pretty successful family in China. She doesn't have that image, but she's actually, I believe, quite wealthy. And I actually believe that China's a little upset with her. They're like, you turned your back on us. Trying to appeal to China is a loser's game. Just be yourself, and if China likes you, great. So we'll see. We'll see if, we'll see if that's why Marvel hired her. I mean, apparently the word on the street is that Eternals is incredible. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. I saw that leak of the plot and I was like, this sounds not good. But we've yet to see Marvel fail. So I don't know why it would necessarily be here. We'll see. I mean, Nomadland is the kind of Oscar-winning and awards-winning movie that makes people not tune into these awards shows. I mean, it did pretty well. I mean, according to Real Good, it beat the Snyder Cut in terms of viewership. I thought it was visually striking, and she did direct real people. There were people in that movie who aren't actors, and they did a wonderful job. And so maybe people are crediting that to Chloe Zhao and her directing. So we'll see. We'll have to see what happens with Eternals. I'm very curious. Is it as visually striking as Nomadland? I mean, that could be really cool. But anyway, I'm very happy for her. She's going to be around for a while. And I think Lloyd Lester says, is Nomadland a lock for Best Picture? It probably is at this point. I think it is. You never know at the last minute. I don't think in any way that Nomadland was the best picture of last year. Not at all. Not at all. But that's just the way the Oscars work. I mean, I think that's often the way it goes. So as for the other winners from the BAFTAs, there's a lot of overlap in the voters. So it's important to see who wins in these other sections because it often reflects who's going to win at the Oscars. So Nomadland won Best Picture, Best Lead Actress for Frances McDormand. I'm like, what? Best Director, and then also Cinematography, as Ivan just pointed out. I mean, that's incredible. Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor for The Father, I think because he's British, and these are the BAFTAs. And then also The Father won Adapted Screenplay. Daniel Kaluuya won Supporting. He's a lock for the Oscar as well. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I love Daniel Kaluuya. And then Yoo Jung-yoon from Minari, the grandmother from Minari, won Best Supporting Actress. And she's also up for the Oscar, so she could win there. And then Soul won Best Animated Feature, and that's pretty much a lock as well. Promising Young Woman didn't walk away empty-handed, although I do feel awfully bad for Carey Mulligan. I mean, she just delivered such an incredible performance. I can't believe she's getting nothing for it. I mean, at least she's getting the nominations, but it seems pretty uncool to me. But, I mean, she's way better than Frances McDormand in that movie. And Frances McDormand already won a bunch of awards. What? So anyway, Promising Young Woman won Best British Film, or I'm sorry, it's called Outstanding British Film. And then also Original Screenplay. And, Emerald Fennell, of course, so she won that, and she's got hired for writing for Zatanna. So that makes sense. So we'll see what happens with the Oscars. Let's talk about them right now. All right, hold on. Final thing of the day. Boom Baby. I love to do the Boom Baby for the third one. So Boom Baby, the Oscars. They just announced right before the live stream their first group of presenters. They are not going to go with a host after all. No host. Steven Soderbergh, hold on, let me get the poster. Steven Soderbergh is producing, so I'm hoping it'll be kind of inventive. On Saturday night, I watched Ocean's 11 again. I thought for sure it would be too familiar, but I actually didn't remember a lot of the little details, and I had a great time. That's a great movie. I love Ocean's 11. And then I got upset that Ocean's 8 wasn't as good. I was like, damn it, why couldn't the women deliver as good a movie as this, god damn it? I think because Steven Soderbergh wasn't directing it. Who directed that? Wasn't it Gary Ross or something? Yeah, I mean, they picked a really bad director. But Ocean's 11, if you're looking for something to rewatch, recently I rewatched Ocean's 11 and Jurassic World, the first one. The first one with Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt. I had a great time watching both of those. Those were great rewatches. I also watched To Catch a Thief, and I always love the first 2/3 of To Catch a Thief, but I always think the third act, which, by the way, unfortunately had some not so great stuff by today's standards in it, but I really liked that. All right, so today they announced the first round of presenters, and they said that this was starring. The Oscars are starring, like it's a big movie. And I'm like, you guys are trying too hard. But it's Angela Bassett, Halle Berry, Bong Joon-ho. I love Bong Joon-ho. I forgave him for his Sound of Music comments because I too watched The Sound of Music about a year or so ago, and I was like, this is kind of dated. Don Cheadle, Bryan Cranston, Laura Dern, Harrison Ford, Regina King, Marlee Matlin, Rita Moreno, which is fantastic. They, of course, have Steven Spielberg's West Side Story coming up later this year. Joaquin Phoenix, Brad Pitt, Reese Witherspoon, Renee Zellweger, Zendaya, and more. Are they all going to be on Zoom? They said there would be no Zoom, but I think they're going to have multiple locations because they have some people who can't fly from Europe and other parts of the country. So they're going to decide, how to do it. I think they said they're going to have another location where people can show up that's a little easier to get to if you're in a different part of the globe. I got to tell you, I think the movies aren't particularly exciting. I don't think anyone's going to tune in. I'll just be honest. I'm going to cover it because it's the Oscars, but I don't think anyone's going to watch. Not unless they're like super into award shows. I think they're going to have the low viewership of the Grammys and the Golden Globes, especially without a host as a hook. If there's no one for you to be like, oh, I want to tune in and hear their monologue, then there's no point. Although I did think the gags last year they had great opening gags. So maybe they'll write some sketches. But I think they should advertise that a little bit better. So what do you guys, who here is planning to watch the Oscars? That's right, Dane. Oscars so Zoom. That's funny, Chris. Jennifer's like, maybe. Josh, the opening was good last year. And Melissa McCarthy had some good gags, and so did Keegan-Michael Key. I like Jico's. Like, why not? Oh, a lot of you are going to watch. That's great. I'll live tweet them as I always do, and then I'll be reviewing them. Elizabeth Johnson's like, no thank you. All right, so those are the 3 stories of the day. Hold on. All right, it's 3:24. You can ask me anything you want until 3:34, and then I must go. I'm glad some of you plan to join me on the Twitter. TJ Williams says, any word on Michael Keaton? I haven't heard any updates about Michael Keaton. We'll see if he decides to do it. I think that it would be real bad if he did not. Oh, Kalel, you just have to keep trying. I just saw that comment. Glenn, I don't think Lady Gaga is in Bullet Train. I don't think that's the kind of movie she wants to make. I've seen all the pictures of her filming the Gucci murder movie. She's going to get like an Oscar for that. She looks incredible. Sion says, when will we get more about Indiana Jones 5? Well, probably pretty soon. I love that Phoebe Waller-Bridge was cast in the movie. I'm so happy. And there's no way she's his love interest. So this is going to be fantastic. Hey, Media Lover 194. Brett, I am not going to watch Pieces of a Woman, but I have to watch Sound of Metal. But I have to watch Shadow and Bone first. So that's what I'm going to watch first because I'm going to have to review it. That's quickly approaching. So I got to watch that. I got like a lot of episodes I got to watch. Let's see here. Jay King says, Grace, what did you think of Marvel releasing a 1-hour loop of Zemo dancing? It was wonderful. I thought that he oversold his dancing in the interview that he gave. He was like, oh, I was up and down on the floor and stuff. And I was like, where's that? And also they said that there were Bucky and Sam reactions. So I was I felt I didn't get everything that I could have, but I still loved it. And it was a wonderful thing to do. It was great advertisements for the shows. I just loved it. And I loved my favorite thing he did actually was the little hand twist, like the finger twirl that he did. Like, let's do this. And I just thought that was great. I thought it was so charming. Jerome, I spoke about the Sony and Netflix pairing on Movie Math yesterday. I don't think it's a particularly big deal, but it does allow Netflix to stay competitive with Disney and Disney Plus and HBO Max. Someone says, what are your thoughts on Top Gun being pushed to November? I feel that it has to. I think that there are some movies that they feel need a big screen and the audience just isn't there yet. I think that they were right to push that movie. Ivan Sarmiento says, is Yelena Belova in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I told you she was. I heard that she was. Although I have tweeted over the weekend that there is a chance that that scene could be moved to be an end credit scene or an end scene for Black Widow, because the movies have been switched. I mean, the show and the movie have been switched in terms of release. So Zemo and Yelena are going to cross paths, but it will either be at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier or it might be now at the end of Black Widow. But it's coming. Evan Moore says, do you think Netflix purposely puts their movies in the top 10 to promote them? Or do you think that many people actually watch? I don't think that they're that shady to do that. I think that people do watch. I think that it's the new movie and it's free with your subscription. So I think that Netflix has so many subscribers and I think they check out the latest stuff. So yeah, I think that people did watch it. Brett says, do you think Carey Mulligan can take the Oscar? I think there's no way Carey Mulligan's going to win at this point. I would love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Silent Magician 7 says, do you think AT&T will force Warner Brothers to restore the Snyderverse if the next few Warner Brothers DC films don't perform well? No, because it's very difficult to determine that because it's so far away. Clearly, Jason Kilar isn't willing to fight Toby Emmerich and Walter Hamada and Ann Sarnoff about this. Like, he's just not willing to do it. Like, he could tell them, or he could be like, well, HBO Max is going to do it as a series. But he's not. And I think if he was going to do that, he would have done it. Now, they maybe could do it, but that's years from now. That's years. You would have to see how the Flash movie does. And that's not coming out until maybe now at this point, 2023. So you're looking at like 3 or 4 years before you can even have this conversation. So it's very difficult. I'll tell you some tea. All right, keep this to yourself. I can't tell you the whole story because I promised I wouldn't tell you the thing. But I'll give you a hint. I heard that they changed Ms. Marvel's powers and origin. I think they changed it in a really bad way. But I'll be curious to see how everybody else reacts to it. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. So there's a little bit of a delay. You guys are still reacting to my tea. Let's see here. Sohn M says, is Ansel Elgort a hurdle for West Side Story? You know, I was just thinking about that because Rachel Zegler is Maria. And I thought to myself, I think it's going to be a little creepy. You know, I don't know if those allegations were true, to be honest with you. But he did post all those weird pictures of himself on Instagram where he was like kind of like a little weird. So I don't know. I think that's going to take away any of the romantic elements. You know, you're going to be like, don't get involved with that guy, Maria. Just keep going. So I think he does hurt the film. Max, updates on my BTT merch. I'm working on it. It's going to take a little bit of time to design it and get it ready, but the ball is rolling. Lloyd, you don't like Falcon and Winter Soldier? I'm really enjoying it. It's so different than WandaVision. I mean, it's very different. I think a lot of people will watch Falcon and Winter Soldier as a binge. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier was probably a better binge show than a weekly show like Wanda was. So I think maybe it'll explode at that point. But, this final episode is the same weekend as the Oscars and the last and the Mortal Kombat debut. So I don't know. Chico, I'm planning tonight to make some spaghetti and shrimp. Trevin, I haven't had any McDonald's. I haven't had McDonald's in over a year. Stupid pandemic. Stupid pandemic. God damn it. Lamatra, who said that? Lamatia says, has the Flash started? Lamatia, you were here before anyone else on the stream today. Has the Flash started filming yet? It has not. It is in pre-production in London right now. Gary Smith says, I still don't think Sharon is Power Broker. I'm starting to not think she's Power Broker either. I don't know the character who's going to premiere on episode 5, who's going to have a cameo. I just know the actress. Mika, I'm not sure if they're going to do a Black Adam first look soon. They did start filming, but it seems a little early to give a first look. Although it could always leak. So let's see. Let's see. Bye, Jerome. That's a good question. Where is that? Who asked that? Rui Duarte says, which movie do you think is going to be the next pandemic hit? I think Mortal Kombat's a pretty good guess. I think that could do really well. Let's see here. I think we have to really see how this stuff all rolls out with the vaccinations. I think that Mortal Kombat could do quite well. And then I think, let's see here. Hold on, I have a list of the movies that are coming up. I think Cruella, maybe. I think maybe that. I don't know. I think that Godzilla vs. Kong was a special movie with a particularly strong overseas appeal. And I don't know. I think it's going to be hard to duplicate that. Well, Black Widow, Gary, but that's not until July 9th. And also it's going to be on Disney+. Where are you guys watching Black Widow in the theater, or are you watching it on Disney+? I know that my family doesn't plan to probably go back to the movies until next year. Hey, Austin Marshall. I see theater. Hey, Zowie TV. That's a great name. Oh, a lot of you are going to the theater. That's great. Antonio's not even going to watch it? A lot of theater. That's wonderful. So maybe it could do quite well. Oh, yeah, I'll probably do a ticket montage for Black Widow, Rodney. I think that's a good thing to do it for. Oh, it's 3:35. All right, I better get going. It was so nice to see you all again, and I'll be back tomorrow. The live streams this week will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then, of course, we'll watch episode 5 together early Friday morning. All right, everybody. Bye.